Good morning. Today is Saturday, the 16th day of July 2022. I am George Wenner and I'm here in Glanvilles, the old Glanvilles estate. That is the sugar mill there in the distance. And I was here just about a month ago to the day, on the 16th, Monday the 16th of May 2022, where I interviewed some farmers who were being threatened with eviction from this plot of land they were assigned by the Ministry of Agriculture. It is disconcerting, it is indeed alarming what is happening to our local farmers here in Glanvilles. And please remember to like and subscribe to realnewsantigua.com. Stay tuned. So we are here on the farm of the D'Souza's. One of the gentlemen we interviewed on the 16th of May this year, 2 months to the day, and there's an update. As you can see, they've planted, this looks like corn and other vegetables, including tomatoes. Farm is progressing nicely here in Glanvilles. But let us take a walk down to the other end. Would you believe that the Ministry of Housing, the Minister of Lands, wife of Prime Minister Browne, Maria Browne, sent a bulldozer to bulldoze their way through their farm in cutting a road through their farm? Would you believe? Let's take a walk down to the far end. Maria Browne sent a bulldozer through the people's farm. Now, would this is a vexation of the spirit, vexation of the soul. So they were able, in part, farmers, startup, and a lot of expenditure. The irrigation, as you can see, the piping for the drip irrigation, a lot of investment in getting water to this remote area. And they would have expended their monies in planting up, in getting started. No grant from the government, and they would have plowed, secured this half of the farm from the animals. And if you know this area of the country, a lot of wild donkeys here up in Willikies, Glanvilles community area. A lot of wild animals, stray animals I should say. And so they did it in sections, and as you can see, they've plowed this area. So let's go outside and I'll show you. This is the fence from the area that they have been doing in sections. Same farm, plowed up, but evidence of wild donkey droppings. They have to protect their investment. And so as we go on the farm, evidence again, donkey droppings overnight. So they plowed this area, the bank area coming down all the way back. This is the extent of the lease they were given by the Ministry of Agriculture through the livestock division to operate a farm. And would you believe, as seen here, Maria Browne, Minister with responsibilities for the Central Housing and Planning Authority, sent a bulldozer to bulldoze their way through the farm, cutting a road through the persons, through the D'Souza's farm and other farmers in the area, cutting a road in their farm. Would the Ministry of Lands, would Chopper send a bulldozer to cut a road through Farmer Browne Farm Limited, farm number 1 in Pierce Village, or farm number 2 over in Gilbert's? Would that happen? Why is it that it is the local persons get pushed around, pushed down, and push off of Crown lands? Locals here in Antigua and Barbuda, while Prime Minister Browne, Maria Browne, and their cohorts in government, and their elite, rich friends and associate acquaintances, they lease, purchase, acquire for their use hundreds, thousands of acres of farmland in Antigua and Barbuda. Why is it that it is the local man who always suffers? We saw this in Param when they pushed down the young men off of who were trying to make a living. Young men who were trying to make a living in Param. And now we see this with farmers here in Glanvilles. Now, I want you to see this. I want you to see this because that's the banking, as you can see. They cut the road. I'm standing in the road. And there was a pond. There was a pond here, a natural pond, that the farmers were relying to catch water as a catchment for their irrigation. And they cut the road through the pond, using the topsoil to backfill the pond and other debris. We're going down in the depression. So I am standing on the rim, what would have been the rim of the pond, and going down, I'm going downhill, down into this pond, into this depression. This was a natural water catchment, a pond. And of all the places they could have cut the road, the surveyors, they could have cut on the high side and go around and maintain this pond. But no, out of vengeance and out of just spite, I'm down in what was the pond. They backfilled the pond with all the topsoil and the vegetation piled up on the rim. And this pond was being used by the farmers for irrigation. So whereas on Farmer Browne farm, AP will dig well and he makes a dam. Look at where I am. I'm down in the pond and you can see the crest of the banking and the farming area there. Down in the pond. Yeah. I'm down in the hollow, which would have been the base of the pond, this catchment for irrigation. While AP will dig well for Farmer Browne farm and the Chinese construct dam for Farmer Browne farm, they come and they bulldoze and they went through, cut a road through the people's farm, backfill their pond, the irrigation. What are you saying? You want farmers behind you and farmland for centuries? Drive them out, push them down, push them off, throw them out. Backfill their source of irrigation. They are forced to take water from APUA, reverse osmosis water, desalinated water with high salt content, to pay thousands of dollars to run the piping from here, several hundred meters from the main line, come back here to bring water to irrigate. And this is what farmers have to go through. They're not getting no assistance, no subsistence, no assistance from APUA like Farmer Browne farms. And this is what people have to go through in Antigua, while Gaston Browne and his cohorts enrich themselves on the backs of the people of Antigua and Barbuda. Can this be right? So poor farmers, poor people in Antigua continue to feel it in their pocket. As King Fire said so eloquently in song. The poor people, the poor farmers continue to feel it in their pocket. While Gaston Browne, Maria Brown, Prime Minister of Antigua and Minister of Lands and Chopper, they just bulldoze their way in people's farm. They don't give two hoots. They shut them down and drive them out of business so that Farmer Browne farm can prosper. Look at this. Look at this. Send the bulldozer through the people's farm. Nowhere else there to go. Jezebel, nowhere else there to go. Neighbor's farm. You're envious over neighbor's farm. Neighbor's one little plot of farm. So you petition King Ahab for throw bulldozer in the people farm, for drive bulldozer through the people farm. Jezebel, Pixie, you're envious of the people farm. You petition your husband, the king, for go and take with the people farm. Put bulldozer in the people farm, and you and your picnic and your husband can have Farmer Browne farm and expand go over in Gilbert. What can go so? Push them off the land. They have a lease for the land. A lease for the land to conduct their farming activities here. But no, you're going to dislocate the farmers. So what about food security? We just went through a pandemic. We're still going through our crisis with what is happening in Ukraine and how that affects grain and agriculture production and even oil, energy production worldwide. And you're dislocating farmers. Nowhere else there for a cut road, Maria. Pixie, nowhere else there. Pixie Hollow, Tinkerbell, nowhere else there for a cut road, but you're going to push bulldoze in the people farm. Look, you see. We're not joking, we're not lying. These are the facts. And you expect people to vote for you and your wicked husband Gaston while you take up acres and acres of farmland for your family. You put bulldozers in people's farm. Pixie, can this be right? Antiguans and Barbudas, voters, can this be right? Under the guise of development? What development? And we can't feed ourselves. These are farmlands. These were farmlands for centuries, hundreds of years. These were farmlands. The sugar, the old mill bears that out right there. And in the shadows of the mill. It's a rainy morning, bear with me, it's drizzling. But I have to come out here and brave the weather and let you know what is happening. And so they say they're going to have development. They're going to put people here. It's not that nobody live here, you know. These are farmlands. And without any discussion, without any town hall meeting, without any dialogue with the farmers, they just put bulldozers in their farm and uproot them, push them down, displace them. Oh my. Shortshirt, when he was Shortshirt, sang a song. It says, vengeance makes me want to cry. Vengeance makes me want to cry. Yes, them push me down. Yes, them throw me out. Smash me up. Shut me up. Broke down my place out at Halsey and Cove. Can you imagine? The same thing is happening in 2020. That was in the 70s. This is happening in 2022. 2022 in the 21st century here in Antigua and Barbuda. They put bulldozers in the people's farm while you grab up farmlands, competing with farmers, taking up farmlands, and then put bulldozers in others. You must put them out of business. So your farm alone must prosper. Wicked set of people. We have to vote them out. I am George Wenner. I am an irate and livid George Wenner, reporting to you live here at Glanvilles.